Dibble Show with Ben Darnell in your afternoon drive. Joining us now on the Bobby V's hotline, Thomas Vancaeyezeele. He is a defender that plays for the Hartford Athletic, and he is from France. And Thomas, let's go back to when you were a kid. What are some of the main reasons why you wanted to play soccer and ultimately end up playing professional soccer?
It started really young. My mom would go to the stadium. It was called Lens, so Lens. They were in the Champions League this season, and she would bring me to the stadium, and the fans were crazy. I always loved the atmosphere. So yeah, it felt great. And after that, I was like, yeah, I want that to be my job too. So yeah, it started from there.
Talking to defender of the Hartford Athletic, another one of our new mates that's just joining the team here in the 2024 season, Thomas Vancaeyezeele. As Thomas is coming from France, and your first indoctrination into American soccer / football was at the College of Charleston, home of the Golden Eagles, a place that I drive by when I'm going down south all the way back to Connecticut. And it's a beautiful campus, but man, I would think a guy from France dropping in West Virginia is a fish out of water. That's probably an understatement. What was that like for you, going from France to West Virginia?
At first, it was a shock, to be honest.
I bet.
I wanted to come over to the U.S. to visit New York, L.A., Miami, and then I ended up being in West Virginia. I was like, what is that? I was really surprised, to be honest, but it ended up being great. It was actually a great experience. We had people from all over in West Virginia doing any type of sport, track and field. We had some volleyball players, and everyone was from everywhere, and it was a great experience, to be honest. I loved it.
I mean, I think my whole life, everybody loves the French accent. You know, I played Major League Baseball, Thomas, and
especially the ladies.
Yeah, you'd go up to Montreal, and every guy on my team, I don't care if they were Latin or African American, they wanted to try to speak French. But when you start talking at a restaurant or something like that, do people want to be around you more, knowing that you're from France?
No, not really. They just want to know about the country, about how is it to live over there. They always ask me if I cook, and I don't really cook, so that's the funny part. But no.
Tell us about how you got here. I mean, you were a Tampa Bay Rowdy for the last couple of years. You have so many starts with the Rowdies, kind of one of our rivals here for the Hartford Athletic. Well, you were at College of Charleston, D2 Player of the Year, by the way. D2 Player of the Year. But how did you make your road all the way to Hartford, and what do you think of the experience so far?
It was a bumpy road. I was injured after Tampa for a year. I did my Achilles, so I was struggling a little bit for a year. I didn't have a team, and then I got in contact with David Goldstein, the new ownership of Hartford Athletic, and they wanted to build something new with experienced players. So they saw that I played a lot, and I had a lot of experience in the USL Championship. So they called me in. They made sure my injury was healed, and I was good to go, and I was. So it was a no-brainer for me. I signed right away, and then so far it's been good. I love the area. Me and my wife, we live in New Haven. We love it there. So that's perfect so far. We love it.
Talking to Thomas Vancaeyezeele, and he is a member of the Hartford Athletic. He's a defender. Talk about that, how you guys mesh so well, though, because like you said, they started over, revamped the roster. You guys are coming from all over professional soccer to play on Hartford's team, but then you gotta mesh well. You gotta gel. Talk about what it's like when you have new teammates and stuff like that you've either played against or with on other clubs, and now trying to make it work with one club.
Yeah, it's always hard when everyone comes from all over to make it work right away. But we have a group of experienced players. So everyone played a lot in USL. So we all play against each other before, sometimes with each other before. So soccer is one language, like you just need to understand each other and then you make it work. And I think, especially the past game, we show that we can play together, we can win games, and we can make Hartford Athletic successful.
2-1 win last week. That was against Monterey Bay, going up against Rhode Island FC, a new franchise in USL. They're right across the border. This is a rivalry game. Hopefully it's going to be a big-time rivalry throughout the years for the USL and for Hartford Athletic. You had a couple of nice touches in that 2-1 victory against Monterey Bay. Speak on that and just speak on that team because, man, they had a couple of chances. I know you know the one that, like, that heel kick they had that hit the crossbar was super scary, but just talk about that game and what it meant to get that win.
Yeah, we were on a bad streak, so we definitely needed that win, and everyone was up for it. Our fans are so good. The stadium was full, so we were like, we need to win that game to get out of that hole. And we did. So yeah, we're going to try to keep going for next game. So we're going to play Rhode Island. They're a little bit similar to us, where obviously the franchise is new. They recruited a lot of experienced players, and because it's new, they don't necessarily win games. But they have a really good roster. So that's going to be a really interesting matchup. And I think the fans are up for it, but I can tell you that our locker room is up for it too. So,
really looking forward to it. Connor McGlynn, old McGlynn's a part of Rhode Island FC these days, one of the former Hartford Athletics here. I think you took his job, Thomas, honestly. But that's the way it goes in pro sports, man. But we, au revoir. We love to get to know all of the new mates on the roster. There's so many of you guys now. We always like to play this game, and you have no choice. Your coach has done it, and the rest of the team has done it, so you have to do it too, Thomas. The 5 questions we ask everyone to get to know you a little bit better. We're going to pump in some game show music here as well, just to make this fun for the crowd. But the first question is very simple. We've had a lot of different answers on this, and I can't wait to hear from the Frenchman. What would a drink be that the supporters, like let's say you're out and about in New Haven with the wife, and the supporters section's all down at the same pub you are, and it's like, oh man, it's Tommy V, we got to buy him a drink. What drink should they buy you, sir?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but rum and pineapple.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Rum and pineapple.
A lot of these guys have been saying Hennessy and something.
Yeah, all the Jamaicans love their Hennessy.
They love their Hennessy.
That's for sure. Rum and pineapple. Write that down, Dibs.
Nice.
Next time we see Tommy V. All right, food, sir. Now, you say you're not a cook, but I'm sure you love your French cuisine. I don't know if we could help out. Maybe there's a food in Connecticut that you haven't tried or you want to try, or maybe there's a spot that you have found. What food around here are you fond of, or maybe you're fond of it in France, but you don't have it here?
I miss my cheese from France, to be honest. But here in New Haven, obviously there is a pizza. So I went to a lucky spot across the big places. It's called Vancaeyezeele Pizza, and it's amazing. So I recommend it.
Very nice.
All right, excellent. He's getting into the pizza
and if
world.
you want any Italian joints, there's a lot of good Italian restaurants down in New Haven, too. Because I grew up around there.
Definitely. All right, sir. Now, you're talking about how the supporter group is one of the best in the world, and you are correct. And one reason is we are so loud and proud. I am a tambourine player in that band. Others just bring their own drum. What would you have in your hand? What would be the instrument Tommy V has in the supporter group to make some noise?
I wish I could play the trumpet. I think the trumpet sounds amazing in the fan section. Yeah.
Totally. We do need more horns. I think that's one thing we're listening. Yes, we need more horns. I think the team has told us that over and over again, so we got to make that happen. All right, you're talking about your mom bringing you to professional soccer in France. That's what really got the bug in your system. But where were you playing games, like with your friends? What was like the Sandlot area to get started in soccer? Not like, your mom taking you to some really nice facility. I'm just saying, like, trying to make it happen somehow, some way, fashioning up a goal with whatever ball just to play a little backyard football.
Yeah, so I used to live in an area where, I don't know, in France, the suburbs, there is big buildings, you know, and so you just go downstairs and there is a playground, and that's where everyone would meet, and we would play whole day until the mom call you back upstairs when it's nighttime to get dinner. Yeah.
Do you have like things you would put together to make the goal? Like would the swing set be the goal?
Yeah, that would be usually just rocks. You put two big rocks, you find the two biggest, and it would work.
I found you a French restaurant in New Haven.
No way.
It's called Choupé Crêperie Cafe. I'm going to give you the address. It's 24 Whitney Avenue in New Haven.
There you go.
And it's
there we go.
Yeah, French cuisine and coffee.
We're here to help.
It's a little bistro, so you might want to do lunch or something there. No problem.
Let me ask you this. I was just in Montreal, and I've told the boys all about my travels in the last couple of weeks. Dude, I've never had better coffee. What's up with French people making coffee? Like, what is the difference with your guys' coffee that we don't do around here?
I think we steal it from the Italians, to be honest.
Espresso. There you go. I'm married to an Italian, so yeah.
All right, final question, sir. In your childhood, do you have a movie or a cartoon? What did you grow up with that, like, maybe people don't know about Thomas Vancaeyezeele, on what you kind of, like, were obsessed with as a kid?
My favorite movie of all time is Space Jam with Michael Jordan.
All right!
I watched that over and over and over.
That is awesome. Was that like a thing amongst you and your friends? Did Space Jam hit like the French market pretty hard when you were a kid?
I don't know if it did, but it hit my place for sure. Like, my brother loves it, my sister loves it too. So yeah, we were watching that often. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Thomas, that's fantastic, dude. Good luck, and thanks for coming on. This is one of the best interviews we've had from you guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys. Take care.